Yes, Manikfan Saab. Just let me know what is there any sort of difference between the Western notion and perception and theory on international dateline and vis-a-vis the Hijri calendar dateline?
You see, actually, it is a change of the day. The day is common for all the people in the world. 7 days of the week are being used by all since time immemorial.
Yeah.
And this has been accepted by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he has fixed the day for Jummah.
Yes.
Jummah prayer. So what happens is the day is changing someplace. 7 days has to change. One day has to end and another day has to begin.
Yes.
This is dependent on the rotation of the earth.
Yes.
One day is one rotation of the earth. So where to begin this?
Yes.
In Islamic Sharia, it's very simple, very easy to understand and find out the place where it is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And see, because we are praying Lunar prayer every day at noon.
Yes.
And the same time is used by science also to take the measurement of the rotation of the earth, that is day. We put a mark, and then when the sun comes overhead or when the shadow becomes the shortest, that is the noon, right, correct noon. That time we announce azan and pray Lunar every day. But when Friday comes, there is no Lunar prayer anywhere in the world. Jummah begins at a place. Now Jummah continues till 24 hours and ends. At that time, the place where this change is taking place, the other side will be on Lunar, whereas these people on the other are praying Jummah. This is the place where the international dateline has been put. It is same as our Sharia concept and the scientific concept. There is no change. So there is no need to change the dateline or the international time. We can use it for all purposes because the 0 hour is same for all.
Okay. So the next question is, when you agree that the international dateline is the same, the next question is, for every place, for every given position on Earth, on what time does a day begin? For the Western, the Western civilization or the Gregorian calendar, the date changes on 12 o'clock in the midnight for any given location of the globe. So, on what time will the date change on any given location of the globe as per the Islamic calendar?
The time 0 hour is same for them and for us. But if we take our center, that is Makkah or Saudi Arabian time, it will be 3 o'clock, the midnight of London.
Yes.
Or the noon of dateline, where the date changes.
Yes.
So it is the same. There is no need to change anything. The same calculation can be used for our calculations also.
So Saudi will be +3.
+3 hours. Yes.
So +3 hours is Saudi. So you mean to say that in Saudi, what time of the day will the date change?
It will be at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. means
3
Fajr.
a.m. Yes, that is Fajr.
Fajr yes.
Mm-hmm.
So for any given location on the globe,
it will be Fajr.
It will be Fajr. So in some places it will be 5 o'clock Fajr. Some places it will be 4 o'clock Fajr.
It is the same just as they change day at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
We change at 3 o'clock, same time it is. So it doesn't make any change in calculations.
Okay.
So our day begins with Fajr. Everywhere it will begin at Fajr. But this doesn't affect the calculation.
Okay. So, but normally the Islamic world, normally the conscience is that the day begins at Maghrib.
This is wrong. Maghrib day will not begin because Rasulullah himself has taught that Allah has prescribed for you day and night 5 prayers.
Yes.
Of which, what is the first prayer? That is before the sunrise we are getting up. That is our day. We begin the day at that time. Fajr. So the day beginning at Maghrib is a wrong concept.
Oh, so that is why in masajids throughout the globe, if you see the salat chart, everywhere the first masjid namaz is Fajr and not Isha or Maghrib.
2 things they put. Zuhar also some people put.
Some places Zuhar.
Zuhar is astronomical and this is civil.
Civil, okay.
Yes.
So, but nowhere it is Maghrib.
Maghrib you cannot begin.
So you said there is one thing known as the civil and one thing as the astronomical calendar. So what is the difference?
Astronomical calculations, for calculations this astronomical view is used, because you see sunrise or sunset is not the time of the count of the day, because some places you can see the sun always. It is not possible to measure correctly. The time when you can measure is at noon, and everybody can see, everybody can easily measure. From this only the time begins.
That is the only visible parameter, huh?
Visible parameter, correct parameter. Other things will be changing.
Yes.
According to the slanting of the earth, and so many things are there. So, this Luhar or midday, noon, that is the meridian passage of the sun. Anything that at that time only you can measure. So people who do not know all these things, they think that it has.
So it is So it's a very big qudrat of Allah, that the 0 hour or the prime meridian is a prime meridian, no? 0 hour is a prime meridian. Yes. When that falls, when that part is noon, then it is exactly Fajr in Saudi at that time.
And midnight in London. That is why they are changing that calendar midnight.
It's a very big qudrat of Allah.
Is changing at the date line. The time is noon.
Yes.
Because you cannot take the measurement at night, because sun is not there.
Yes.
Sun has to be present for taking the accurate measurement. So it is Allah's qudrat. Allah has made the world. Allah has sent the Prophet. Allah has given us the Quran.
But
all these things.
But very important question is, if the date is changing, the first date is born in Saudi, in the globe. You are saying the first date is born in Saudi or in Makkah?
No. First day is not. See, Makkah is 9 hours behind the place of beginning of the day.
Yes. So where is the first hour?
First hour will be there on the date line.
Okay, and after that the first land.
You can think of the Jummah prayer. Jummah prayer is at noon. On the date line it begins.
Yes.
And it will be coming slowly, and it reaches after 9 hours to Makkah.
Yes. So what is the significance of +3 then?
+3, it is ahead of that place.
Okay.
Now, the date line is according to the 0 hour.
Yes.
So, 0 hour and London is 12 hours difference.
Yes.
And Makkah is 9 hours difference.
Yes.
But if it was straight to that, we have a problem. If the date line is just opposite side of Makkah, then we have a problem. That is, our fasting time is Fajr. So if the date line is on that time, we will have to finish everything at that time.
Okay.
Midnight. Midnight is not the time for last time.
Yes.
Last time goes up to Fajr.
Yes.
So Allah has put it in such a way. If Allah wanted to put it just opposite, He would have made like that.
Yes.
And it will not be suiting to our system.
Yeah.
Because we will have to finish all our eating by midnight.
Yeah. So what is the history of the international date line?
There is a big history.
It is said that it is invented by the Europeans, and you are following Europeans and you are leaving Islam.
No, it is not like that. You see, people have not circumnavigated till Magellan did it.
Okay.
That is, I think, when it was first, the people, Europeans, they wanted to find out a short route by sea to reach India.
Yeah.
So they were coming through in those days people were not going far away from the land. They were just coastal navigation was there. They will be traveling at a place where they can see land. At that level only they will be coming. And they come from there to Cape of Good Hope in Africa. And then they take some Malamis or guides from there. They are from Kerala, some Lakshadweep also. They were there in this Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah.
They take them and they come to India.
Mm-hmm.
Then Columbus, when he was asked to find out this way, he wanted to go towards west. Usually they come towards east.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to go towards west. He said, if you go this way also, we can reach India. If you go to west also, we can reach India. Because he is a navigator, he knows that Earth is a globe.
Mm.
But the people who are the workers in the vessel, they won't agree. Because they are not knowing all these things. They had a quarrel. They said, you are taking us for death. We cannot go like that. Then he promised so many things, and like that only they have sailed that side.
Mm-hmm.
Then the land was not seen for a long time. There was a lot of quarrel. And finally they found some islands. They reached there.
Mm.
And he thought it is India's part of India, and the people were Indians. Like that only the name West Indies and Red Indians and all came.
Okay.
Then after the Columbus death, somebody else was again engaged. He was Amerigo Vespucci.
Mm.
He only said that it is not India, it is another continent, another land there. It is not India. Then they knew that there is a big land there, big civilization there. And they knew that America. This Amerigo Vespucci's name was put to America. And okay. Columbus was given the posthumous award. He was no more at that time for finding out the place. Then after that, they realized that they can make a circumnavigation. People have to believe that Earth is a globe.
Yeah.
For people to believe, they have to show it. So they wanted to engage someone for that. Captain Magellan was asked to do that. He was given some ships and men, many people. Some 3 or 4 ships started, I think. And it took 3 hours to come back to the place where they started.
Okay.
And
3
years.
3 years.
Because there was no machines. Yeah. By the help of the wind, yes. They have to sail, and there will be so many cyclones and so many adventures in the sea. Yeah. Pirates were there. They were being looted, and so many people killed also, died. At last, one ship only came. In that also many people had died. Mm. Magellan himself was not there. He has died. Mm. When they came there, then they landed in their place. They found that their date in the ship and in the land there is different.
Okay.
And then they were wondering how this has happened. One day is lost. How it is? They did not know. They were pondering about it. Afterwards, they checked all the writings. That is their log, and no date, no day was missing. Then they knew if you go around 24 hours, there will be one day's change, either addition or loss.
Okay.
So if you travel towards east, it will increase. If you to the west, it will be less, because time is becoming less and less.
Yes.
This is how they knew that one day is being lost. And then they knew that this should be experienced somewhere. Mm. The change of the day must be there somewhere. Yes. In the world. So this was assigned to Captain Cook. Mm. He made many travels and found out that it is differing. Date changes between this Japan coast and America. Yes. Then he surveyed all the islands the day which they were following.
Yes.
Then he found that the people, Muslims, were going to the mosque 2 days there.
Yes.
One people this side, the other people that side in different days.
Yeah.
So he knew that the difference is taking place between these islands. And there was a lot of discussion in Washington, and I think it went on 2-3 centuries for fixing this. Finally, they announced it that it should be there. It is the dateline. It passes through Bering Strait, and there is no other gap. And then some navigators, scientists, they suggested that this dateline should not cross any land. Then the others mocked at him. Oh, what nonsense you are talking. Then finally when he explained, they have understood it.
Who explained?
The other navigators, so many people, then they will be discussing in Washington. Then there was another problem. This Alaska belonged to Russia at that time.
Okay.
Russians were coming there and they had put their marks there. Now when the question of dateline came, they said that you cannot separate that our land. It is our land. Finally, America had to purchase that. So many dollars they have paid and then purchased it and added to America for putting this line. Otherwise, you cannot put. If you leave that Bering Strait, then there is no other place, natural place to make 2 days. You know, in our Sharia, you cannot pray 2 days Jummah in a land.
Yes.
This today one people, tomorrow another group praying Jummah. This is not allowed.
Yes.
Imam Shafi Rahmatullahi Alayhi, in those days, he has thought about all these things and he has laid down the rules for this dateline, where it should come. He has traveled a lot and he has learned geometry and other sciences which were available in those days. And he knew that there will be 2 Jummah days somewhere in the world. That is Jummah advancing when they go east, Jummah retarding when they go west. So when this 12 hour comes, 2 people will be there. One group praying one day, the other group the other day. So this place should not be in a township because it cannot separate the group. One this thing now, this Jamaat is one. You cannot separate the Jamaat. So this has to be in a place where people cannot live and do not live. That is only sea. That's how he has laid down this rule. And this distance, he said, it should be where you can do qasar of the prayer.
This is told by Imam Shafi.
Imam Shafi Rahmatullahi.
Okay.
He is the Imam who did search on this. And he has said another thing, that is the rule of the West is not applicable
to the East.
This also is misunderstood by our people. See, now the people in Tamil Nadu think that Kerala is west of us. So the Eid of Kerala is not applicable to them. And the people of Kerala think Saudi Arabia is on the west, so their rule is not applicable to us. It is not that. Imam Shafi Rahmatullahi was explaining that on the, that is the, what you call, on the border of the east and west.
The international dateline.
International dateline. There, the people who are on the west cannot ask the eastern people to pray Jummah. You see, now we can telephone and ask the people in Fiji, they are praying Jummah. At the time we can telephone to Samoa, which is on the eastern side. What prayer you are praying now? They will say, we are praying Dhuhr. No, today is Jummah, you pray Jummah. You cannot say, because Jummah day has not come for them. It will come after 24 hours only. So this is the place the day change takes place, and you cannot change the day at any other place. Likewise, the celebration day also cannot change anywhere else except in this place. This is the just ignorance that we are now committing this mistake for a long time.
Thank you so much. I think that gives a small idea about what international dateline is.
And there is another point of Imam Shafi Rahmatullahi Alayhi, which he said, that also has to be told now.
Mm-hmm.
That is, he said that the eclipse and the Eid prayer should coincide.
Yes, yes.
That is قَدْ فَرَضَ الشَّافِعِيُّ وَقُولَ الْعِيدِ وَالْكُسُوفِ مَعًا. It is recorded in the books. So, how this will happen, people are not understanding even today. Because you see, if you think, you can easily understand it. An eclipse that is taking place at 20 or 21 hours will be on the side of America in the Pacific Ocean or Alaska or somewhere. This eclipse can be seen here, this side, that is Fiji and New Zealand and other places, when they are at Eid prayer at about 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yes.
This eclipse can be seen.
Yeah.
Eclipse is not occurring always, but conjunction is occurring every time.
Yes.
So this side people are on the first, whereas on the other side people are on the last day.
Yeah.
So this difference is there. So in those days itself, Imam Shafi Rahmatullahi Alayhi has taught about this. So that is because in those days the belief was that earth is flat.
Yes.
This concept was being spread. And those who said that earth is round and rotating, they were punished by the Christian prophet, these priests and
for instance, Galileo
and Bruno. So many things were there. But Imam Shafi, who studied Quran and thought about the ayats, he has known from that everything is going in its path, and so it is like this. So they have said that. It was not his subject to tell such things, scientific things, so he has not said about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a very enlightening talk on international dateline. Thank you. Shukran.